I started doing the videos about domestic violence because I had a flashback over our Christmas tree. We had our tree. I was trying to make it look taller because it's not real huge. And I put it on. I mean, it's a big one, but not like I wanted it taller. I put it up on the coffee table for a minute just to see. And my kids were running around. And I said, be careful, don't knock over the tree. And that's all it took for my mind, my emotions, to go right back to that spot, right back to that moment, to when the kids knocked over the Christmas tree all those years ago. That was over, I was pregnant with my 17-year-old. So that was all those years ago. And something as simple as me saying, be careful, don't knock the tree over, took me all the way back there to where I had to always constantly think about the attitude, the mood, the mindset, the opinion of one person in the house. One person in a household should not dictate the mood and the entire day of everyone else, especially children. One person should not set the tone for the entire house where everybody else, especially kids, are walking on eggshells. I remember there were more times than the Christmas tree. There were incidents with dinner, not picking up toys, bath time. I did everything because I didn't want the kids to not listen because they were kids. What I wouldn't put up with any of that garbage now, and I call it garbage because it's exactly where it is. That's exactly what it is, and that's where it belongs. I wouldn't put up with a moment of somebody mistreating me or my kids. I wouldn't put up with a moment of living with a bully. Not 1 minute of it. But I wasn't always like this. And that is why I tell you that when you first meet somebody, first go on a date with them, start talking to them. Don't open up about all this trauma that you went through as a kid. Because the wrong person is going to hear that, and they're going to hear victim. They're going to hear target. They're going to hear easily manipulated. Easily controlled. I didn't know that. I didn't know that I was setting myself up to be controlled. I didn't know that I was setting myself up to go through the same nonsense that I had went through before. I got married when I was very young the first time. To get out, I moved out of my house when I was 17, and I wanted my own family because of the stuff that I had went through as a kid. I got married because I was told that it was wrong to live in sin. If the narrative of someone else's religious belief wasn't pushed on me, I wouldn't have gotten married. I got married, and it was control, it was abusive, it was all of the things. I was very young, and he was a lot older than me. Old enough to know better, and old enough to know how to manipulate me and make me feel like I needed to apologize for a grown man's behavior. I left him, got divorced, had a couple boyfriends in between, got married again to an amazing man who had a stroke while he was hunting. I wasn't ever supposed to be able to have kids, and now I had a husband that was disabled and a brand new baby. I was scared. I had no idea what to do. He eventually had to go into a nursing facility because I couldn't take care of him. I had another child at the time. I couldn't take care of him. I just couldn't. The doctor said, you can't do this on your own. It's too hard. You've done all that you can do. And his family was not supportive. Everything I did was wrong. They thought they could do better. And the reality is they wanted and attempted to take care of him because of the check that he got. So, raising two little boys on my own, I met somebody that I thought was everything that I didn't have. He worked. I thought that he was kind, and he said every single thing that I needed to hear. How he had never hit a woman, how he had never cheated. He worked so hard. He told me that he was living with his mother to take care of her. And in reality, he worked when he needed to get high, and he had to be separated by CPS from his daughter's mother because he beat her mother in the hallway with a broom. And he lived at home with his mommy. And he was on major hard stuff that I didn't know. I knew he was on something. I thought he was on pills. No, it was much worse than that. So I thought that I had somebody to confide in. I thought that I had somebody that was there, that understood, that got it. And all that I did was open the door for somebody to hear that they could control me. We don't think that anybody would hurt our kids, partly because we don't think that we would choose to love anybody or choose to be with somebody or even bring somebody into our home that would hurt them. I had no idea some of the stuff that was going on when I was working so much to take care of everybody. Later I found out. And I wanted to go to sleep and not wake up because I felt like I had done the ultimate dishonor to my kids. I failed to protect them. I would leave and I would be found. I do want to clarify something from the video that I made before. Even though I got pregnant from the birth control being tampered with, there is none of my children that I would trade for anything in the world or in any world. I love all of them. My kids are all unique and all special. My older kids and I have a unique bond because we went through this horrific experience and we protected one another. Because your kids will protect you from what's going on because they love you as much as you love them. I didn't know that they weren't telling me out of fear and out of protection until later on, now that they're adults and we have adult conversations about what happened. They tried to protect me. They didn't want me to be hurt. And one of my boys even told me, we didn't want you to try to do anything because we knew you would be hurt. This is the reality of these kind of situations. This is the reality of staying with somebody that is controlling, manipulative, and abusive. It's not just you. Not that you're not enough, just on your own. But if you have kids in the house, I promise you they are going through the same thing you are. I promise you. As hard as it may be, and as scary as it is, and I get it because I left, and like I said, he found me. Eventually, I was able to get away and put my foot down. My kids and I have a bond that I wish we didn't have to go through what we did through to have. My boys are super protective over me because of what we went through. If you are going through this, reach out. It won't get better. It will get worse. Your situation is not unique. If they hit you once, they will hit you again. If you are scared to voice your opinion in your home, that's not okay. Reach out. I have resources and people that will help you. Blessed be.